Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new around here, I'm the Gobby Gaffer and I play Football Manager. If you're a regular viewer, thanks for all your support, likes, comments and subscriptions. I'm currently managing RCLENS here in France, and in today's episode, I have a confession to make. I've dropped a bit of a clanger. In my infinite wisdom, I thought, okay, instead of starting the season with the very first game, like I normally do, let's get a few games in. Because those are the Champions League playoff games, and is it a bit tedious? I don't know. But anyway, in my infinite wisdom, I thought, let's start a few games in. Of course, I didn't know, did I, that at the beginning of the season, there's a cup that we have to play for called the Trophée des Champions. It just rolled. Can you see how my French is coming? It rolls off the tongue. Anyway, it's the Trophée des Champions. And it's played between the winner of the French Cup, well, that's us, and the winner of the French League, well, that's PSG. So, yeah, there was a game between us and PSG. Very big game. And it starts the season off. So, I played it off camera. Sorry. Now, the perceptive amongst you will have noticed I have a picture of the French Cup on my wall. I did say I would do it. It's there. We won the French Cup. But what's this doing up here? Yes, we won the Trophée des Champions. I'm really getting good at this French malarkey. All I can do is show you the highlights, I'm afraid. And I did do some screenshots of us lifting the trophy. I'm afraid that'll have to do. Let's have a quick look at how the game went. So PSG, as per usual, out of the traps like a runaway train. Mbappe, loads of space, fires it in the bottom corner. I thought, right, you know, Q 5-6-0. But no, 58th minute, Vincent picks the ball up. There's clues here to the new players. And Zapata sticks the ball in for 1-1. And that's how it finished. Full time, goes to penalties. And we did really well. Our goalkeeper did really well. Saved quite a few of the penalties. And eventually, we ended up winning. Zapata, unfortunately, there, our new striker, he missed. But then so did Vinicius Jr. And so it went. I think it went to something like 7 penalties each. And eventually, we ended up with a shiny trophy. Dordic, second to last penalty. Wanner actually has his penalty saved. Gabriel does score. But then Mbaye puts the ball in the back of the net. And another trophy lift. I could get used to this. And who knows, it might bode well for when we play PSG in the league this season. Although they did win their first league game 9-0. So they've won the first 2 games. They scored 10 goals and not conceded 1. I think it's going to be an uphill struggle. But at least we beat them in the Trophée des Champions. French. It's coming on a treat. Well, I bet you're out of breath already. How do you think I feel? I've had to impart all that information and all that before we've done the season review. So without further ado, let's crack on. The new arrivals, Andrew Ibrahim came in for 3 million. He's now worth about 48 million. He had a tremendous season for us. The board were delighted. I think I should have got an A+ for that one, but I'll settle for the B-. If we just look down the list, so Andoni Sanz came in on loan from Chelsea, 16 appearances, 8 goals, 7 assists, average rating of 7.20. The goalkeeper, Andrew Ibrahim, he came in for 3 million and with an average rating of 7.16, absolute superstar for us. Marco Polo Carranza came in from Manchester City on loan. More about him in a minute. Quite an interesting story. Made 44 appearances, 29 goals, 3 assists, 7.16. Dordic came in from Capitoline, 4.9 million, 41 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, 7.08. Really good signing at centre-back. Bonga Toure came in from Montpellier. I think he was our record signing at the time. 12.5 million, 43 appearances, 11 goals, 11 assists, 7.07. Bandecchi, left wing back, came in for Empoli, 10.5 million, 42 appearances, 3 goals, 8 assists, 7.04. And the right wing back, Marino, came from Real San Sebastian, another 10.5 million, 48 appearances, 3 goals, 8 assists, 7.02, and so it goes on. Aurelio, our defensive midfield player, he 6.96, but so it went on. We had some great performances through the season. Just a little reminder there of how the season finished. We finished in 4th place with 70 points. We very nearly filled the ground. 98% capacity, 37,603 was the average home attendance, and I get an A- there. The board are pleased that the team qualified for the Champions League. Quick look at the finances. So we're still a 4-star reputation club. No new sponsorship deals this year, but the annual revenue looks very, very nice. Kind of ignore the 2 figures in red, because they're only like, they're a fraction lower than last season. But the headline news is sponsorship, 12.31 million, very slightly up. The broadcast revenue, very slightly down. Corporate hospitality, very slightly up. Competition and prize money over doubled. It was 22 million last season, nearly 50 million this season, and matchday commercial and retail was very slightly down as well. Very surprised with the shirt sales. Thought Carranza would have been in there, but we made 3.7 million off the merchandise sales. Agiolus, top of the shop, followed by Carvalho, Scarlata, Bongatue, and our new goalkeeper Ibrahim. We'll have a look at our awards ceremony. Unfortunately, I didn't win any awards through the season, but then it's not all about me, is it? So Carranza was the young player of the season. Signing of the season was the goalkeeper Ibrahim. Goal of the season was Andoni Sanz. Top goal scorer Marco Polo Carranza. Again, more about him in a minute. 29 goals. Most assists, Carvalho with 12 assists. So he's meant to be like our backup striker, but he's assisting really well. Most player of the match awards, Carvalho again with 8. And highest average player rating, again Carvalho with 7.2. Most clean sheets, Ibrahim, 18 clean sheets through the season. Our highest transfer received for Catalan, 49 million. So this is where a lot of the success this season has come from. We've been able to sell a couple of players for really big money, and then we've strengthened the squad. We've got the bank balance sorted. The board came to me in the summer and said that they've been able to pay some of that lot. I did show you the loan that we'd taken out that was we were paying off. I think it's another 6, 7, 8 years we've got to pay off, but they have been able to pay some of that off. So you know, the finances are looking so much better, and you know, that's great credit to the transfer business that I've been able to do. Okay, a little word about Marco Polo Carranza. Now then, I don't know whether I made a complete mess of this when I signed him. My understanding was that we took him on loan with a mandatory 8.5 million at the end of the loan, and that's the basis I worked on. We had him for the season, we buy him at the end of the season, 8.5 million. As the transfer window bobbed by and we got nearer and nearer to the date where he was meant to go back, that seemed to disappear. So whether I made a mess of that, I don't know. Anyway, eventually he went back to Manchester City. There was no clause in there to say that I could buy him. They actually said they wanted 29 million for him, which really we couldn't afford. 8.5 million, yes. 29 million, no. But I had a look in the transfer market. I did a few wheeling and dealings. I was struggling a little bit, so I went back for him, and they put 10 million on his price. 39 million they wanted for him. So went back to the transfer market again, still was struggling a little bit. So eventually I thought, okay, can we do something maybe a little bit on the Never Never? So we did a 20 million down, 20 million on the Never Never. Okay, fine. He came in, started discussing wages. He wanted about £160,000 a week. Now, fair play, he's a top player, 4.5-star player, possibly a 5-star in the future. He was actually wanted by quite a few of the big clubs, obviously, because he did amazingly for us. But the bottom line is, I can't afford them kind of wages. I mean, my total wage bill is 900,000. I can't be paying 140,000 out for one player. So, cut a long story short, we didn't get Carranza. Who did we get? Well, let's have a quick look, shall we? So I did tell you about the two South American players, Diogo and Scarlata. Both came to me, wanted to double the wages, even though they'd not been with us that long. I thought, well, I'm not being held to ransom. So Diogo on the transfer list, he went to Rangers and we got up to 11 million for him. So that was a nice bit of business. And then moving a little bit further on then, you can see what's happened here. Quite a few players have gone out on frees. Quite a few have gone out on loans. The headline, Scarlata went to Argentinos Juniors for up to 17.75 million. We got 13.75 million. We have got another 4 coming in instalments. So that's a nice bit of money coming in again. I know that there have been lots of players have left at the end of the contract, have reduced the wage bill tremendously. And as you can see here, like I say, quite a few players have gone out on loan and on frees. Now, I did tell you about 2 players that I'd already pre-arranged to sign, and they came in kind of the end of June, early July. One of them being Peder Kronberg, a Danish lad, 22-year-old, 6'1" centre-back. He's come in as more or less a 4-star, sorry. Again, not going to read stats out. You can all see what the stats are there. But he is playing for us already, doing really, really well. We paid 5 million for him and he's now worth up to 37 million. So again, another nice little bit of business there. And another 5 million was spent on Brian Escalante, Argentinian, 19 years old. He's got 5-star potential. His value at the moment is up to 11 million. So we've kind of doubled our money on him. But he's only 19. So, you know, he can improve. Again, look at his stats. Looks really, really good. And he's going to be an important player for me because we've actually just played a game where we were struggling a little bit in the game. And I was playing him as like an attacking midfielder, shadow striker. We were struggling. I moved him out to his position, which is a left winger. And immediately we scored a goal and we won the game 1-0. So I think he's going to be quite a valuable player for us. Next one is slightly unremarkable, if you will. Jose Ramos, 21-year-old Spanish player. He's certainly not going to start games for us. But with the Champions League, with all these playoff games we have to play, we've got the French Cup, and we've already played a lot of games, and there's already a lot of tired legs. So Jose Ramos will get some game time. Attacking midfield player. He's not the greatest, but he will get some game time, and you know, he's just back up basically. So with the loss of Carranza, I did have a big problem trying to replace him. And Alexander Zapata, 23-year-old Argentinian striker, he kept popping up on the radar all the time. The reports were coming back that he was quite injury prone, so I kind of give him a bit of a wide berth to begin with. But when the Carranza deal fell down, I thought, should we give him a go? 8 million, not an awful lot of money. Obviously, we did sign him and he's now valued up to 21 million. But he's only 23. I think if he starts banging the goals in, which, by the way, he already has, I think his value will probably double. I'm expecting it to, because quite a few of our players, their value has increased dramatically over the summer. So, anyway, Alexander Zapata, he's going to be our main striker. He is meant to be a winger, but he is going to be our main striker. And his stats are okay. Physicals are above average. Mentals, again, above average. He at this moment in time, he's not a Carranza, but he has been banging the goals in. And I'm expecting great things. Coming in as a 3-star with the potential to be 4. And then, you know, our big rival, Rennes, we always have trouble against them every season. So I thought, well, I'll tell you what, what's a better way of trying to beat them off the pitch? I've been in and signed 2 of the players. So Jeremy Vincent, French player, again, very important. 22-year-old, is coming in as a 3.5 with the potential to be 4. We actually paid quite a bit of money for him, 21 million. but he's now valued up to 50. Again, with the style that we're playing now with the formation, we do need some good cover in that attacking midfielder, shadow striker. If you look at his overall stats again, I think he's going to be a very, very good player for us. He was injured at the beginning of the season, so he's not played too many times, but he's doing okay for us at the moment. And again from Ren, again another 21 million. I know we are starting to spend a little bit. I'm getting a bit of a nosebleed thinking about all the money I'm spending. But yeah, we are spending a little bit of money now, but we have got it to spend. I'll show you the finances in a second. But we have got it to spend, and we are splashing the cash a little bit. So from Ren, 23-year-old Italian, a defensive midfield player. He can play centre-back, which is great. Players who can play in a variety of positions, always absolutely, essential. But as a defensive midfield player, marking of 16, tackling of 17, but his aggression's 14, so he's not over the top with his tackling. He's very clean and clinical, and he's been doing okay for us. He did pick up a bit of an injury, and he's now out for a few weeks, but he's been doing okay for us. And again, like I say, 21 million, he's now valued at 56 million. So with RCLENS, as you know, the finances have not been great. I've got two eyes on a player now. One eye is there any added value? And the second eye is, can he fit into this formation, play well for us? And let's start trying to get that automatic Champions League place, which is the third place or second place in the French First Division, and that this season, that is my aim. And that is the end of the transfers. So I think some nice little signings there, and we're building a nice little squad here who, in seasons to come, we can maybe just make one or two additions to, and keep moving up. Keep the squad improving all of the time. So I did say I'd show you the finances. Let's have a quick look at the finances. So as you can see there, we've got an overall balance in the bank of 22 million. So we are 22 million to the good in the bank, which is really nice. We've still got a little transfer budget of 5 million, and we're about 25,000 under the wage budget. So the finances are looking really nice at the moment. And yes, we have played a few games, and let's have a quick look at the schedule, and then I think you're all caught up. So as you can see, we started off the season with some friendlies, got the new lads used to the formation and everything, bit of fitness in the legs, and then we played PSG a little bit earlier than I would have liked, but anyway, the Trophy des Champions, the trophy now for that is in our cabinet, so another nice addition in there, obviously won that on penalties. And then we played the Champions League playoff game against Limassol, and overall we beat them 6-0. So very nice, very nice result. Moved us into the next playoff game before we go into the league stage proper. Obviously, we need to win that, and it is Sporting, so it isn't going to be easy. In between that, Grenoble, who were newly promoted, we had a nice 2-0 win against them. And that game I was just talking about, the Lyon game away, we were struggling a little bit in that until I moved, that new player out onto the wing, and then we nicked a goal, and Carvalho got us the winner in the 87th minute. But as you can see here, Zapata, the new striker, a couple of goals in that game, a goal in this one. Not sure if he scored in that one as well. He scored against PSG. So he is banging the goals in at the moment, and hopefully that will continue as the season goes on. Okay, so I realise there's been a lot of information today. I've done a lot of waffling. I would like to show you a game. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away, play the first leg against Sporting, and then the home game against Strasbourg, and we'll come back for the second leg against Sporting. Hopefully 2 nice wins and get us into the Champions League proper, and some more lovely money. We'll see you very shortly. And just like that, we're back. A nice 2-0 win against Sporting, although it was the home leg. I've got to jump on a plane very shortly because we've got the second leg now in Portugal. Then we played Strasbourg in the league. Little bit of a European hangover. We only got a 1-1 out of that. Not ideal really, but anyway, it was a point, and we now move on to try and get this. We need to get these playoff games out of the way, because early season, when you're struggling for fitness a little bit, these 4 extra games, bit of a nightmare. We really do need that 3rd spot or even 2nd spot in the league. Anyway, that's more to think about towards the end of the season. Jumping on the plane now, we'll see in the dugout for the Sporting game. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet and move through to the Champions League stage. We'll see you there. Okay, we have got injury worries before the game. Zapata has been out injured for a few days. He's on a fitness today, not looking great. Carvalho is actually out injured. So I'm actually kind of strikerless today. So Galley is going to play up front as a deep line forward, and I'm going to try and get Bongatue and Vincent to run past him and see if that works. We're still on a cautious mentality, so let's see how we do today. So the team is Ibrahim in goal, back 4 of Bandecchi, Dordic, Kronberg and Ham. Mazzoni and Aurelio are the 2 DMs today. We've got Mbaye as the deep line playmaker, Bongatue and Vincent just behind Galley as the striker. And we're underway here in Portugal. The early season form, I must say, does seem to have deserted us a little bit at the moment. But then maybe it's not to be expected, I should say. Oh, what a strike from Vincent to put us 3-0 up on aggregate. What a strike from Vincent. And I was just saying then that our early season form seems to have dwindled a little bit, but it's not surprising. These 4 extra playoff games, I know I keep banging on about them, but early season, playing these really important games, it's not that great, is it really? But anyway, we still have possession here. Bongatue is going to throw the ball into the box. We're winning 1-0 on the night, 3-0 on aggregate. I mean, that was an absolutely brilliant and very, very important goal early doors. Ball is swung over there, headed out. Mbaye, no, he's not picked that one up. That's headed out again. Mbaye is coming away with the ball. Can he distribute that nicely? Galley, what's Galley going to do with it? He's playing the deep line forward today, so he will be coming from deep. Can he? Oh my word! Bongatue has put the ball in the back of the net. But the referee is rummaging for his whistle. I'm guessing this will probably get called offside. And it is disallowed. Unfortunately. Never mind. We still have the goal. Actually, he was miles offside. I should have noticed that one myself. Anyway, we're on the half-hour mark. We're still winning 1-0 in Portugal. Is it a bit of a smash and grab at the moment? To be honest, neither team is having that much of the game. I mean, Sporting have shaded the possession there, but it's not been the best of games. Fortunately, we've got the early goal. I'm going to say you're doing brilliantly. Keep it up. Start the second half. We get the Galley gets the second half underway, and we're back with Dordic building the attack from the back. Aurelio, Galley is coming deep for the ball. It's left space for Bongatue. Is he going to have a shot? He is, but he very nearly hits the old lady on the front row with that one. So we're going to make some substitutions in a minute. Evan Ham at right wing back is looking very tired. It's a young lad who's coming for Moreno, who is struggling a little bit at the moment with injury and fitness. But the ball is swung over this side here. I can't believe that Sporting will not score in this game. We are on the cautious mentality though. And there's a bit of buffoonery going on there. The ball is eventually headed out by Vincent. Couple of substitutions, don't want to affect the team too much. Magabane has come on for Ham, and Argiolas has come on as the ball-winning midfielder for Aurelio. And we're back underway, nearly 70 minutes on the clock now. I can't believe Sporting will be able to get back into this game, but I mean, we all know about Monaco time, don't we? But generally that's 2 goals, and Sporting have got one back, but the referee is having another rummage here, and hopefully he'll decide that this is offside as well. What's he saying? No, it looks like it's standing. No, it's standing, that one. Okay, 3 more changes. Escalante has come on. and Chevalier's come on, and Heskey as well, and we've gone to a very defensive formation now. Hopefully we can hang on to this lead, but there's 15 minutes of the game left and Sporting do have the ball, so they're throwing the ball over this side, but actually to nobody. Very, very odd ball that. Sporting do need to get back into this game, and they play a ball into dead space there. But Bandecchi there with the ball. Just we're wasting time a little bit now. I've set us to waste a little bit of time. Galley puts the ball forward to Banga to it. Oh no! That could have finished the game off. But back again with Sporting. We're defending for our lives at the back. The ball over the top. Escalante with the ball. What's he going to do? He's going to have his shot. And again, that nearly hits the old lady on the front row. So we're moving into the 80th minute now. It's 1-1 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. Surely now we can do this. Surely, yes we have. We're through to the Champions League stage again, which is absolutely brilliant. And I'm really excited this season for the Champions League stage. And with that, I think we're going to wrap this episode up. Not quite sure how long this episode's been. It feels like it's been about 3 hours long, but there's been a lot of information to impart. We've actually squoze a game in there. Squoze, I used that word before. I'm not sure whether it's a word or not. It is now. We squoze a game in. If you've enjoyed today's episode, and it has been fun-packed, I think you can say today, fun-packed, please give me a like. If you're new around here, please subscribe, please spread the word, and please come back for the next episode. So we'll have played quite a few league games by then, and we'll also know our fates in the Champions League. We'll see who the teams are that we need to play to try and get through to the playoffs. Is it possible this year? I don't know. You'll have to come back and see. We'll see you next time.